Raise your horns high and let your spirit flow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show. Feel the rush, let the loudness grow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show.
Trunk would hang out with.
He looks like the kind of guy he was either a roadie for I Hate God or Crowbar or
But
something.
look,
from
he's got his little red cup though. I mean, he does.
He's got the Neely cup.
Maybe he is a Neely. He's like a stray
Neely.
Neely. Yeah.
Well, Stoltzfus was locked up, my brother Stoltzfus. So maybe Stoltzy, maybe that's him, and he's fresh out of the pen. And
But then you have this guy cramming in and covering, who I think is Phil Soussan.
I'm thinking. Originally, when I looked, I thought it was that Vinny Appice, but I think you're right. I think it's Phil. I think Phil would make more sense.
Well, who are you surprised isn't in this photo? If you follow Trunk or follow that Facebook page, he's a comedian.
Yeah, none of the Jameson, the Florentines are not there. You think both of them would probably pop?
But I think Carrot Top, because he's a Vegas guy, and and he's all over Trunk's show. One of the worst topics for a Trunk show. Remember Heaven's House Band? That was something that Carrot Top brought to the table. Ick.
I think Carrot Top's sick in general. I don't know.
He's bulked up, but he looks disturbing.
That's my point. The whole thing's kind of ick now. Yeah. Like he was a funny guy. I mean, back in the day, and he probably still is funny. I'm not saying he's not a good comedian. Sure. I'm just saying when you visually looking at him, it's disturbing to me. It's like disturbing. It's almost one of those it's like the Catwoman lady. Remember that did the face where she looked like these people do these things. Their bodies. He looks like he's on the verge of doing that to himself. Right. And I don't know why. Why would you do that? But definitely what you would notice is the lack of any true I guess Phil Soussan or Stacey Blades or Andrew might be the biggest star in the room per se.
Well, Coker's probably the
Coker
biggest
might be, the TV guy. Probably,
he's the only B-lister
TV
on this
band singer now. He's a band singer now, right?
Yeah.
And so those are but there's no. I thought for sure we would get a Mad Anthony in here somewhere. Does this trailer?
Sammy Hagar.
Is his RV usually pulled up in Vegas? Sammy's got this one.
Well, Sammy, I guess he was saying Trunk a couple of weeks back said that Hagar had moved to Hawaii. So he's not even a Vegas resident.
I don't blame him. Yeah, I would bail too.
But Michael Anthony's still kind of in and around.
He goes back and forth from L.A. and he has a mobile thing. He moves. And him and the wife got the dog and everything. And they go from South SoCal to Vegas a lot. And they park at the big fancy place, which I don't blame him. That place in Vegas. If you have an RV, there's a place in Vegas with the pools and the water.
That would be cool.
And all this shit. Yeah, it's a nice spot. So just thought that it was interesting that not some of those kinds of guys might be popping in there or other Vegas guys but some of them are probably out gigging at summertime. They're out earning right now. So anyways, just wanted to bring that up. Then we got one more Trunk birthday photo, which I thought was also funny for different reasons. And
there we go.
Take a look at
we got Madame Grossi with Jizzy. Turned out Jizzy's a good dude. We should try to get Jizzy on.
Yeah, I have no problem with Jizz. He's giving you the middle finger though. He'll tell you what he thinks about celebrating someone's birthday in a McDonald's.
Well, celebrating a grown man's birthday is probably what he's thinking. He's like, what the fuck are we doing with this birthday shit? Yeah, but it looks like Mr. Grossi is saying, I wish Andrew was here. It says, I wish Andrew was here. So I guess
he does. Madame Grossi misses Andrew and their banter, their witty banter. That we might have to get another. That might have to come back around at some point in time too.
And I mean, Rudy Sarzo. I mean, he's a.
I love Rudy.
I mean,
he's the one who's having fun with all this, as you can see, fucking with all these guys. And you got old sick boy Trump back. It looks like he's having a nice tea though, so that's probably healthy for him. He's having nice and Johnny Kelly's going with Coke or
like
Dr.
a Diet
Pepper
Coke
or something thick, sugary back there to keep the drums going. So, anyways, we just thought we'd bring that one. They're in the McDonald's having a birthday
what would
party
you do? Would you post this photo? I mean, I'd be like, I'm not going to share that. But Trunk willingly shares that stuff because he loves attention.
Alex Grossi put it right up there and tagged everybody that's in the photo pretty much. So I don't know if it for them in the band, if it helps them get mention it on the air, hey, or put it out on the social media. It's all more advertising required, right? As for Ed, Yeah, your age, you're celebrating your birthday. 2, you're doing it at McDonald's. 3,
are you excited about your
where's your
birthdays
wife
though?
and kids?
Because that was the one thing we talked about in the trunk Facebook page too. I mean, we're kind of devolving into the fucking trunk talk, but when was the last time you were excited about a birthday? I'm thinking it was probably I was still in like pre-teens.
Yeah, like I guess 18 was a big one because it kind of felt like you're out of school and
Hmm.
moving on with life or whatever. I don't know, 16 when you get your driver's license, 21 when you drink. Maybe that was
Maybe.
important for one to get out to the bars and get to. But I was already drinking before I was 21, so uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the next one for me is 50 because it kind of seems like a big like you're like if in my mind that's like you're definitely on the other halfway down this slope now. We're going to Old Manville. Um, so that might be what I'll enjoy, but until then, no, I don't really know. No.
Yeah.
When I do, my kid and me, he might bring me a slice of cake and a little something.
Right,
Happy
right,
birthday, Dad.
right.
You know,
But I mean, you don't get
So
excited like this. I mean,
no, no,
maybe
not.
50 years old, you get a
And
steak at the Steak and Lube and a
now,
cocktail, right?
yeah, and I'm not even knocking. If Ed was invited by Mancuso to a spot because Coker and the boys want to have drinks, and I'm not knocking him for all that, but it seems like that would still be. I don't know, almost a non-photograph. Let's just have
Sure.
some bro time
Yeah,
off camera,
right.
just doing our bro shit. And
Sure.
if you're gonna do photo time for birthday, again, where's your wife and kids? That's what I would
Yeah.
think. You'd want to go spend your birthday with them, I would think.
Right.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You kind of get the picture that I don't have any problems with Ed, but there is
No.
definitely the perceptional issue, whether
Well,
it's from him or just the way it appears that it's constantly about Ed.
you've seen the
Happy birthday to
post, right?
me.
Yeah, you've seen the posts about the you know side trim and stuff.
Yeah, I've heard these rumors. Yes, I don't. Hold on one second, just making sure the power is staying good here.
Uh,
Yeah, I've heard these rumors. Someone might have shared a photo or
Slipped you the
two
photos.
of him with some other woman that's not
Right.
the wife, maybe in certain shows or
Right.
trips or things.
Hmm.
I'm not even, and maybe that's who's behind some of the camera work besides some of these things. You never know.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
you always
she's
got,
taking
you always
the
got to
picture.
question who's taking. Like this one, Rudy's taking the picture with
Right.
a cell phone,
Right.
but there's the other one, someone that was behind the camera
Sure.
is my suspicion.
It was
So
probably Carrot Top.
Carrot Top or Jakey Lee or I don't think Jakey's too big of a star, right? So
Well, he'd probably be like,
yeah,
I don't do birthdays.
it's still what I'm saying is at some point in time, Ed's management needs to say, Ed, let's
Hmm.
curb the I me mine look of the
Right.
overall social media thing, and let's kind of make it more about music and the
Hmm.
show and. But there just definitely seems to be like, look where I am, look what I'm doing, look who I'm
Yeah.
with. It's about
Right.
my birthday, and look who's here.
And
So
it is funny that Chris and Neely rail on Ed for that when they do the same thing. When they do their first hour, it always involves Dawkins or this or Taylor or I did this, I did that. And then Chris goes into, I spoke with so and so. And it's, and I
I
did the show
told
with
Plush to
Seth.
change their
Yeah,
shirts and become more
right.
uniform on stage.
Right. Right. What do you real quick though, because we did drift away from the talk of them, being so close in a city to any gigs and stuff. Did you hear the part where Chris was talking about, well, I probably won't go see Plush even though they're going to be in town. I don't think they'd want him. After he railed on him for like a month straight, it seemed like every week he had something critical to say about them.
Yeah, on all sides of that equation. One, he always acts like if he's driving more than 10 minutes, it's way too far. And
Right.
that's just strictly a 100% a lazy, old,
Right.
fat boomer mentality.
Right.
Straight up.
Sure.
So again, I would be willing to drive a couple of hours to different shows if it was the right lineup and the right band or someone
Sure.
I want to see. Number one. Number two, whether he has the pull to get a ticket or not off the knows somebody on the inside who I can't even, speak to that. But what I could say is, you know, if you really want to support the band, just throw down the $30 to go there. They can't be charging very much to go see Plush in a bar or a club or something, dude. So just throw the money down and go through support them. Buy a T-shirt and buy a beer and see the show like everybody else. They need people in the seats. It shouldn't just be predominantly whether I'm getting a freebie or not, or how far out do I got to drive.
I don't, and I don't understand that mentality because they bash the business, but then they don't support the business. You know what I mean?
That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
And so, so that's weird. And then, if I'm Aiken, I'll be honest, I don't know if I want to go see Plush without Bella. I've been watching those 3-piece videos and Mariah trying to do some of the guitar work and stuff. And they're trying to just act like we could be Nirvana and we don't need the extra guitar player. And
they need it.
Really, kind of think they do. And, I think this whole thing for them, again, their band, their career, their options to do what they want. If I was their management, I would have said, Bella's out. I know you got new material. Take a deep breath. We're going to audition new lead guitar. We're going to put new lead guitar over these new tracks. We're going to release this as Plush is back with their new lead guitar player, not Plush is back without Bella going 3-piece. That's me.
Right.
But clearly they were hell-bent on going forward with their plans, regardless of who's in the band or not. And I think that's probably Mariah doing that. So I don't know. If I'm Aiken, do I want to drive? The question is, do I want to drive an hour or whatever the distance is to go see the 3-piece? Them. Not so much, but I think for Aiken, it's like going to the gas station sounds like it's work.
Yeah.
So
going to Sheets, and he made it sound like it was his fucking event. And I'm like, Jesus. It's sad.
Like, I haven't put gas in my car since May. That's kind of depressing, bro.
Yeah,
that shows a lack of life.
To brag
that shows that's why you look like you do.
Right.
No color, out of shape.
Yeah.
Often when he does the commercials, you hear the microphone come on. He's
yeah.
And there's all these things going on, dude.
And he's
I'm like, what am I listening
to
on Rumble? And so so my point is, bro, I know you had a totally life-changing incident. I'm not even here to speak on all that because I have never had that. I have had a car accident that really fucked me up for a long time, and I had to go through rehabilitation to get my arms and my legs and things working again. But I'm telling you right now, bro, like, you can't let that just defeat you. You can't use that as you got the weight. You got to figure something out. You got to walk. In my opinion, maybe this is just evil talking. When you all order the groceries and refuse to shop, it's fucking lazy and it makes you fatter.
Yeah.
You got some other dude handing you everything all the time. I am a fat fuck. I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge dude. But I get in the fucking cart and I push that motherfucking through whatever. Safeway, Walmart, Winco's, Fred Meyer. I'm pushing the cart, going through the store and getting the shit. Because God damn it, you got to get out and move. If you don't, you're going to end up a big fat slob who can't get to the sheets without puffing and puffing to pump the gas.
I mean, you just got to do stupid shit. Like for myself, I know, I can park close at work. I usually park what turns out to be almost like 2 blocks away, just for the fuck of it. It's like, well, I got 10 minutes to walk and, fire up the computer when I walk into the office. So, I mean, it's just stupid little things like that. And then, like you said, it's just like, well, you don't want to go to the store, but it's good to do that. And
the steps is better than no steps. And that's, I mean, come on. How are you? What sounds like right now, what he's doing is the only steps are going from the computer room to the bedroom, to the kitchen, to the shitter, back to the computer room, for the bedroom, maybe a shower somewhere in there. But that's it. And that's not enough, bro. That's not life, and that's not living. And so to me, this is why we do our recording here on a Sunday afternoon, because by then we've gone out and seen shows on Friday or Saturday, or I took my kid to the river on Saturday. We went to the river, we were riding the rapids and doing the tubes and swimming and jumping off the rocks, man, doing shit. Aiken saying he plays basketball. That was another one.
That's a lie. Come on.
Just like he was talking about water skiing.
That's a lie. On maybe PlayStation or something. I mean,
yeah. Some virtual reality headset in your living room. But I can't imagine him playing basketball. You have to jump.
Yeah, I don't think he's played basketball since he was 10,
bro. if there's a 10-foot rim, let me jump and I want you to reach up and grab that rim. No, I don't think you're doing it, dude.
Little Tykes basketball.
Yeah, it has the lower ones. You like little kids usually lower it down to 5 or 6 foot so you can reach up there and pretend like you're Michael Jordan.
I think I missed that. I would have had a nice chuckle over that.
He did say something about how he likes to play basketball, but he hasn't been getting out, even though there's a basketball hoop in his driveway. Apparently.
Well, he did say he watched 3 football games yesterday or something. I'm just Jesus. I mean, I'm into football, but I could pretty much just watch one, maybe another half of another game, and then I'm like, I got to get out of here.
I caught the first half of some 49er action, and then I said I can watch the rest on the YouTube clip later because it's preseason. So we're not even seeing anyone. These are guys who are not even going to be on the team. These are guys, or maybe a backup guy or something, you know. So until we get to that 3rd and 4th preseason game, and then game 1 of the real season, then I will be watching the entire 49er game to see how my 49ers and Brock Purdy does. But and I will still, and that at that point, I will generate and watch over. I watch an Atlanta Falcons games or a Packer game or other games just because it's NFL level competition. I'm going to see the guys, the fucking, you know, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes. You want to watch those kind of football players. They're top level. But these other kids right now who are trying to make a team and trying to get the 3rd position behind the 4th linebacker, it's not, you're not, good luck if you be the water boy or the towel boy. So, so no, I wouldn't want, but that tells you what little he's doing. And that's my point. So dude, go see Plush. That would be my recommendation. And on the way to Plush or on the way back, hit a Walmart and make yourself walk through the store, Aiken, and pick up some stuff and maybe go, you know, whatever, to a park and go for a walk and do stuff. You know, otherwise there will be no CMS soon because they'll just go, and it'll be done for right there in the living room of the house with the, you know, so.
Yeah.
But anyways, we showed you Trunk. We've talked all the CMS stuff. I think we have a couple last minute things here we're going to bring up. I don't know if there's any news articles you wanted to mention. I haven't seen too much in the news that interested me lately, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the only thing, if you recall, that they had mentioned Cinderella, which I don't think will happen, just because Tom Kiefer's got his own thing going. He's got his wife in the band. You think he's going to, you know, put that on hold and, you know, wreck any momentum he's kind of developed with this solo band? And yeah, sure, it doesn't have anybody that's really a name behind it other than himself, and it is, you know, it is Tom Kiefer band. So there you go. He does enough Cinderella stuff that I'm fine with it. I mean, I think at this point, I think the last time I saw Cinderella was in, gosh, I don't remember. Was it 2012? They were at the Salem fair, the state fair. And, you know, they were good, but then after that, things just kind of fizzled and things kind of fell apart. And I have seen Kiefer a couple of times, and he's good. I mean, or he was good. You know, when I saw him, he may be a little worse for wear at this point, been, you know, a few years, but yeah, he's not going to go and do Cinderella.
Yeah, I don't see why he would, but if he was, and this was to happen, and I'm Tom Kiefer, I'd look at them and say, well, then we're touring, right?
Right.
Your Fred Curry is going to come out and get behind the kit night in and night out on a tour and be Fred Curry and Cinderella, right? Yeah. Oh, no, you want to do one show?
Yeah, he wants to do a handful of shows. And think about this. Think about it. Do you know how many albums Fred actually played on? Cinderella albums?
None, but he was the touring drummer, and
he
played
on none.
Recognizes.
He played on 2 songs that they ever recorded, War Stories and Hot and Bothered. B-sides.
My point is, if you're going to advertise it as Cinderella and you're going to go that far, then you, as Tom, you would have to say, I have requirements. And the requirement is that Eric is on bass and Fred is on drums, because I'm getting rid of my bass player and drummer and replacing them with you guys. And we're going on tour. And that's going to probably be not just 1 year, it might be 2 or 3 years of us doing dates and festivals and this and that and the other, and being Cinderella again, if that's what you really want to do. But what I think, and probably... Now, last I checked, is Eric still playing bass in Bret Michaels' band?
No, not anymore. He hasn't been for like 4 or 5ve years, I think.
Okay, so what does he do?
I don't know what he's doing. I mean, for all we know, he might be, you know, maybe started some kind of side business, kind of like with the...
But Fred always had work outside of them. And that's why Fred was not doing tours for the longest time, is because Fred does session work and other things that he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, he's into, you know what he was doing? He's actually does like the music for like sports teams. He did stuff for the Blazers.
Like scores, basically.
Scores, music,
and intros or, you know, music that they have to play at events and things like that. Yeah. And I also believe that there was other studio stuff that he does. So the point I'm trying to make is, and if I'm Tom, who holds the cards, because I'm the singer and the guy who wrote the songs, I'm looking at them and saying, hey, there's two options, dude. Stay where you're at and let me do what I'm doing. Or we go out as Cinderella, ask for more dough, but you guys got to sign on for a certain amount of dates and a certain amount of time and the photos and the shit and on the stage playing the shows. I don't think those two want to go out there and do that. Even if they're, what they're talking about is a one-off show. You could do a one-off show in Philly when Tom's coming through town with his band and you guys come up and do a couple songs at the end of the show. There's your Cinderella reunion. Thanks, bye. But if you want to be Cinderella, then that means across the marquee, right? Like when I saw him with Poison, Poison was the headliner, but they were right there. I mean, their show did not lack. I mean, they had the full, LeBar was there. They were all, there was like 99, 2000 around the Rock Never Stops. They did a whole thing, and that it wasn't the Rock Never Stops tour. It was a Poison tour. I believe it's on its own, but it had Cinderella and Dawkins, as a matter of fact, and Slaughter was the opening band. The point I'm trying to make is I want to say that was late 90s, early 2000s. And I saw that package twice, I believe, on that run. So, but Cinderella was given largely full staging. They had the big purple thing over the backdrop and the lights and all the shit, and it was cool. So if you're going to do that, awesome. But that requires those guys to get off their ass and get on a fucking bus or an airplane and go places and tour.
They're wanting to be Aikens. But so anyways, I think the way it would probably work, I think Tom would probably have to bring in his guitar player to replace Jeff and bring in the two background singers, which one of them is his wife. I mean, other than that, why mess with it? It's working for him.
Again, unless they're going to go full bore, we're using the name and you're signing on for tour dates and actual, this is Cinderella, go sell it to a festival that Cinderella's available. Tell, if Poison's touring next year, Cinderella's ready to be the B band on that bill for you, buddy, whatever. But if those guys, and I don't think they are, I don't think Fred's signing off to do that. And I don't, maybe Eric, because I think, well, even then, like, why is he not doing it with Brett anymore? He was in Brett's band touring for a while. Maybe he got tired of doing it at his age too. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is, if I'm Tom, the best you're going to get out of me at this point, if you're not doing full blown reunion, whole shebang, then I'll let you show up at my show that's in your local area, wherever you live, and come up and play 2 or 3 songs at the end of the show, because my drummer can sit back while we run through Shake Me and a couple other. So, But that, I don't understand. Like, to me, that's like the Skid Row thing. What are we doing, dude? It's either go full Skid Row the way we all want to see it, or go fucking home, bro. Nobody wants to. If you come bringing out some dude who's, because again, there's Sebastian Bach. Now you put Eric Grunwald clearly in the second spot. So whoever you're bringing in after that, in my opinion, is going to be third at best. Who wants to go see that? And even if he was a killer third, I think it would be hard. But there are going to be people in the crowd going, why is it not Sebastian? So, especially because, again, he's not dead. He can still sing. And even if you fucking hate him, he gets on stage and does the job, bro. So, I mean, even Lou Gramm, at his age, with his pudding brain, gets on stage for 4 songs and knocks it out. Somehow, even with dementia, Jones over here backstage in a wheelchair, and this pudding brain, they're still finding. I'm just saying, there's got to be a way you can get this to work. Say, hey, Sebastian, you fly on your own. You got your own room. We'll see you 15 minutes before stage time when we're ready in the dressing room to go on. That's all you got to do, Rachel. Come on. So. I'm just saying, for these bands, now maybe they don't want to. That's totally cool. Maybe Tom Kiefer doesn't want to. Totally cool. Then just go stay doing what you're doing. But don't. In Tom Kiefer's case, I don't think he bitches about the results. The results are just fine. He's on tour. He's selling dates. He's moving tickets. He's making money in merchandise. He sounds like Tom Kiefer for the most part, and does a solid job of what I would go see him. He hasn't never come near me in Southern Oregon I've ever seen. But if he did, I would go check it out. And no reason to. If these guys are not going to do it legit the way that the fans really want it and see it, then there's no point in really. I mean, again, then you're just talking about, hey, Fred, you're in town. Come over and play 2 or 3 songs a night for the encore. The fans will get a kick out of it. Okay. That's not a Cinderella reunion. So, and the same, so there's a lot of but I'm going to tell you the reason why some of this is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, is because the grandfather of it all
Isn't
and
it weird
like,
though?
Holy
is
fuck,
it weird
that
happened?
I may die. I may really die. I may really die. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's weird.
Dude, Rachel, I'm gonna die.
But
Call
isn't
me,
it
Rachel.
weird? Why? I wonder why Ozzy though,
Mother
because
trucker.
you would have think that this would have happened with Eddie. You know, even Alex couldn't get his shit together and do a proper.
I think Eddie was like the first
ripple,
and I think some people were still kind of like, "Whoa, did that really happen?"
Mm-hmm.
And then Ozzy's like, and they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, fuck, this really is happening." And just wait
for Dawn, and then that's going to be the real.
Or
that's going to be the.
Let's segue to the next thing that we were going to talk. Oh, we have two things to talk about. We have a Cripple Claw award that Ruben has nominated for this month, for the month of August. And we're going to bring up somebody's photo at the end here who I think Evil's going to be scoring points with sooner than later on my deadline list.
Boy. So here we go. So Glenn.
Yes. Look at this photo.
Yeah.
So zoom in a little bit if you can on his face. Can you do that?
Oh,
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when you
wow.
really get in here and have a look at it.
Yeah, he's
thin, man. Yeah. He's gaunt. Color's not good. He looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
You don't have Dawn on your list, do you?
I believe I did have Dawn on my list.
Fuck.
Yes. I would have to look at.
I'm
going to
be in
down
trouble
though,
because I don't have Glenn
10,
on
though.
mine. Yeah,
he was. I know that's why I was saying this is one of the ones I noticed I had on my list that you didn't have on yours. I thought I may score some points with here. Let me see if I have it still sitting here somewhere. Yeah, no, I got it right here.
Yeah, so, I know you had Glenn on there. I didn't remember.
Bill Wyman was first. Glenn Tipton was second for me. Ozzy was third. Bill Ward was fourth. Don Dokken was fifth. He was above Micko McBrain and Ronnie Wood. And Blackmore's in there too.
Blackmore, yeah, I have Blackmore, but oh man, I never zoomed in on
there
the
was
face.
Well, what happened was these photos were posted, I believe, on Judas Priest or Rob. It was by the band somewhere, and this is pretty recent. And I was scanning through the photos, and on that one I clicked it, and I must have double clicked or something and hit make it bigger or whatever. And I looked at his face, and I was like, wow, he's really lost some weight there, man. He doesn't. Poor guy, dude. He's to me, it looks like he's suffering from the health issues. We'll just put it that way.
I'm guessing they kept the beard, the goatee on him just so he wouldn't look as bad, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, because look at the hair. I mean, the hair is just
look like it's 20 times bigger than his head.
Yeah.
And so I'm just telling you, it's because he's losing weight. He's very thin here. I mean, he was always been a thin guy, but he's super thin now.
He didn't look that great in that Sabbath tribute video.
No, he was just standing there, doing the same hand gesture he's doing now, the same power chord. You just can do the one power chord,
right? And
I'm just saying, man. I hate to say it, Glenn, but Father Time's undefeated. You have some health issues, and this is not. I'm not knocking Priest or Rob or Ian or any of the what they're doing, or if it's I don't even know who their management is these days. I know it used to be Glenn's wife,
right?
But the point is, Glenn just needs to go rest,
right? Yeah,
this is not helping. I know he wants to, but at some point in time, it's kind of like the Frankie Valli thing. At some point in time, is this entering elder abuse? Does he know where he is and what he's doing? And I'm not saying Glenn's there yet. I'm just saying, though, the optics don't look good, and it's only going to get worse. So at some point in time, I would say, hey, Glenn, let's do one last show with you or one last public appearance with you, and then you can just chill, dude. Just chill. He has the money. You know he does.
Yeah.
So just chill. Just chill, Glenn. You got nothing to prove, dude. And honestly, Rob, Ian, have a tribute concert now while he's still standing there, bro. Do it now.
Sure.
There are guitar players who fucking worship Glenn Tipton and KK Downing and absolutely would show up for a tribute concert in an arena in England or somewhere or wherever you choose to have it. You can just do it in Los Angeles and everybody pop in. I'm just saying, dude.
That would be cool.
There'd be bands showing up to pay tribute to Priest, to Glenn while he's still here, while he still understands what's going on. And
do something with KK and Ripper too.
That's my point.
That would be awesome.
Let them come full circle here, dude. There's no reason why not. And Rob can say, well, I don't listen to good. Rob, don't let Ripper go do 2 songs that they can do of Ripper's era. and then have him come up and do a little duet with you at the end of something you guys could both sing. You
Right.
guys could both do Metal Gods just fine. Dude.
Right.
And so, and Glenn can at least be present when these other bands would pop in. You know, a Metallica would show up. You know, Megadeth or some of these other bands would agree to doing this. It's Judas Priest, dude. So, I think there's a lot of metal bands who, I mean, I know Sabbath is the Godfather, but this is the band that really refined heavy metal guitar playing and changed the dual guitar playing thing in the metal music was these guys. So, those bands like a Metallica or Megadeth have the dual guitars because of a Judas Priest first going out there with dual guitar players. And a lot of bands in the old days had a rhythm guitar player and a lead player. This was the first band that had two guys who could do it all, rhythm, lead, whatever. They're both fantastic guitar players. And KK can still perform.
Yeah.
KK is still alive, dude.
Right.
So what's it going to really hurt to say one concert, one tribute to Glenn and Priest? Doesn't have to be the end of the band. The rest of the Faulkner and all them can still do dates on. I'm just saying one final thing for Glenn as a tribute to him and the band. And I would do it. I think it would be after what just happened, you might want to give it till next year, but while he's still here.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right.
So that was my one of the Deadpool list candidates I had that I was looking at the picture going, ooh, he's.
Yeah. Oof, that's not good.
Poor
guy.
Too bad.
He
just needs to go rest, bro. So you have a Cripple Claw award for the month of August.
Yeah. Let me see here. So we know we have the. Let's see here again.
I brought up Steven Tyler for the month of July.
Oh, that's right. It was the hoof,
the
busted up,
the claw.
So we got the claw. Let me look here.
So our nominee for the month of August.
Well, let me see here. I'll go back because I have. Oh, there's our nominee. It's oh shit. It's I don't know if you remember, since it is football season. Oops. Mine's gonna be what's his name? Tua something or other, the quarterback from the Dolphins, Miami Dolphins. Remember he got whacked a few times and every time he's gotten a concussion, his hands have curled up, a la Don Dawkin.
The Cripple Claw effect.
Cripple Claw. So
this is a concussion Cripple Claw, but that is right there. That could be the hand on the statue.
But that is the claw. Look at that.
I
feel bad for this guy. I mean, if I'm him, I'm retiring. I mean, he had 3 concussions or something last season.
Yes, and he had some in college, I believe. Too.
And he had them in college. So it's like, dude, you need to just know when to step away. I mean,
you've made millions.
Yeah, and not only that, but you know how things wind up with the CTE stuff that happens. You know, I think you had Junior Seau,
shotgunning himself in the chest, I believe, to get out of the fucking head space that he was in, dude. So some of these guys go full on. That kid that went ape shit in New York was blaming CT from his high school football days. And I'm not even saying that's really could have been full of shit. But you do have to ask the question, if you keep banging your head long enough, what are the long-term ramifications?
And I don't know for you. I mean, did you ever play football? Because I got zinged a couple times that I didn't know what the fuck it was, but you felt your brain rattling in there.
In high school, because I'm 6'5", I was a starting power forward on the basketball team.
Yeah.
So the football basketball seasons overlapped a little bit. I kind of had a basketball coach one time look at me and said, "Do you want to be the starting power forward? Then don't go play football and break your leg because you won't be on the court."
Right.
So it kind of put pressure on me to kind of pick one or the other, not both, just because of the fact that you could go off easily and fuck yourself up a lot more easy in football. And if you're a basketball player, the chances of maybe rolling your ankle or, it's pretty slim, So you could, it being that kind of thought, I thought, well, basketball seems like a more long-term, but I'll just keep playing basketball.
Right.
But probably size-wise now, at the time I was tall and thin. Now I'm tall and heavy. I should have, I most certainly, I definitely have a lineman size to me now. I should have played in the NFL or tried to play college football. Because of the pure size of me. And I'm not that bad with my feet. The basketball taught me to be pretty good with my feet. But, what I would say is I did box in college and do some martial arts and had my bell rung a couple times to where one particular sparring match, it was a 3-round thing. I remember going into the second round. I don't remember ending the second round. I don't remember the third round at all, nor do I remember what happened the rest of that day. I somehow ended up at home and in a bed, and the next day I went, what happened? I was literally, I think, punch drunk a little bit there from getting cracked, my head cracked. And so that's where the fucked up nose. And so that happened. And then I will say later in life, having a child, being a dad, I made a misstep one time. And I came out of the house I was living in California that had a back set of stairs going to the backyard. And I was taking the trash and the dirty diapers of the baby out. The wife's flipping out, the kids screaming. And I turned to come in the house, misjudged where I was on the step versus the paneling of the door frame. And I cracked my head on the door frame so hard, complete black and stars, went to my knees. I was like, I can't see. I'm blind. I've lost my vision. I was freaking out. The wife was like, what happened? And I'm like, I smacked my head. And I had to go to the hospital on that one. They diagnosed me with the concussion. I had 3 days of no work and massive migraine headaches and tunnel vision. And I'm here now fine, but it took probably a couple of weeks to get back to normal. And so I'm telling you right now, and that's just from getting an accidental right to the temple when I turned my head to go in the door frame, and I just misjudged where I was on the step. I was too close to the edge of the door. And so this guy, God, no, dude.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I mean, he had 3 last season. Jesus.
If you had 2 or 3 of the ones that I had coming in there, the boxing one in a row and football, I'd be like, no, I'm done, bro. This is because I had that boxing one when I was 20 and then the head one when I was 35. So there's 15 years between concussions, but if this was like 1 year, next year, 2 years, another one, no.
Yeah. 3 in 1 season. Fuck that. I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Yeah. No, and he's made over 20 or 30 million already in his career in football. So just go home with your money, bro. There ain't no one ever gonna. I mean, you don't have to worry about working.
He's the type of dude. I mean, he's got enough of a personality. He could do broadcasting and do well in that.
Yeah. But there is guys, and I'm not going to speak for people, but I kind of see it in certain places. Like right now, it's like my team, 49ers, Brock Purdy. So it seems like the kind of guy you're going to have to cart him off the field. He just doesn't. At some point he's got a real competitive Tom Brady type of spirit where even just with a competitive nature, I want to be on the field playing bar anything. If there's any way possible, I'm going to go do this. So, and Tua may have that competitive nature, and God bless him if he does. Vince Neil, apparently, if he might be on stage singing, even when doctors are telling him maybe it's not the best idea. Maybe some guys want to go down with the ship, and if that's the way they want to go, who are we to tell them? Yeah, if Don wants to fall over on stage and die on a Monsters of Rock cruise like Jimmy Bain and be in the freezer of the fucking cruise ship, that's his right, dude. We have no. It's unfortunate, and I think the hard part for people like me and you is to watch it all go down and go. It's like I don't want to see this guy fall over and die, but again. This is all going to come around because people are seeing more and more of the fact that some of your more famous people in the world are old and they're going to die. And Father Time is unbeaten, and even evil right here will no longer one day be able to be on the CMS wrap-up show. I'll be with Mike Howell on the other side.
Mike Howell. And David Wayne. We'll
be in a rehearsal room waiting for Kurt to show up.
Yeah.
So, Tua. Cripple Claw for the month of August. Clearly the hand is right there giving you the signal. It could definitely be on the statue. We don't want to give you the yearly award, so go ahead and maybe pack it in because I'm telling you right now, he's got 17 games. He's trying to be the starting quarterback of the Dolphins this year, and I mean, he might be one hit away from permanent Cripple Claw.
No, for real. I mean, he's one good hit away from career ending and maybe paralysis or something. I mean, it's just not good. Yeesh.
Yeah. So time to pack it in, buddy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. He plays for the Miami Dolphins. Like if you had 20 or 30 million and you live in Miami, you might never see evil again. I would just be sitting by the pool or the beach every day looking at scantily clad bikinis, putting suntan oil on them while I'm eating shrimp and having tacos.
And going to the Magic City Casino in Miami.
Yes. Watching Ace Frehley gamble his money away at the roulette table.
Right. Watching him gamble his money away.
Helping him spend his own gig money he just earned at the show the night before.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we should almost be inspired to do the Don Dokken quote of the week. Maybe look through interviews and jot down a quote that stands out. That we can use.
if you're going to do that, we would have to bring Andrew in, because Andrew knows quite a bit about how Don likes to make some quotes about some things.
I should bring that up. In fact, I might even search through the interview that I did with Don that I'm never going to use anywhere just because he was an asswipe. I might just dig something out of there, because that's never been heard.
Absolutely.
I might almost save the audio and play the audio. How's that?
Just play a snippet. Yeah, play a snippet of the audio to the section that you wanted the people to hear. But
why don't we do that?
Yeah, we should. Well, we're going to get with producer Andrew on this, because he had suggested something like this before. It was almost like a truth or fiction or whatever with Don, like basically Don's full of shit. And we're going to point out how he says this, but history shows that. And Or I had even pointed out there's ones where Don says this, and you could literally play 3 clips in a row of Pilson, Lynch, and Mick Brown all saying together the same thing opposite of him, all saying the same story that he's saying he's full of shit while he's telling you that they're full of shit.
Right.
So who's full of shit? I believe the other 3.
Maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll make that my homework project, to play the audio of that and see if there's a particular quote that stands out, and then I can share it with you guys, and then you guys can pick it apart, and we can plan for maybe next week. I mean, or the week after. I mean, we could do.
We'll see how long it takes to prep that. But I'm also going to prep us, because we talked about last week, and I didn't get to it this week with all this stuff going on. I'm traveling to Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. But I was going to prep the. We're going to go ahead and bring up the reviews for someone's employer, where it had the interesting commentary.
That's right.
I'll black out with some. I'll black out the information, but we'll show the reviews and go over those too.
Are you going to add the guy that got shit canned because they got turned into OSHA? And he was.
We saw that one on there. There was that. Yeah, there was that one, and there's a few things.
Is there any ache in IT? I mean, maybe
we're going to do some research. Our crack research staff is going to start taking a look into that to see if there's any Yelp or Google reviews regarding IT services. I do believe there might have been some. I have to confer with our producer. I think he has a few particular snippets of information that might show.
You know who still pops in every now and then? They made reference to him last night. CMS Mikey. You know, he was shooting so-and-so and so-and-so, but he's kind of distanced himself from them. And
they brought up Wheezy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They did bring up Wheezy. Yeah. They hadn't mentioned him in a while. So,
so
hey, we're gonna keep on chugging.
Yeah.
We got things going on. I have I'm not gonna make any promises yet, because it takes Evil a while to work out details, to make agreements and come to terms with certain people. But yes, there is definitely some conversations behind the scenes regarding former CMS stars that might want to come on the wrap-up show and join this whack pack.
Yeah.
So we will try to get those hammered out, and when they're ready to be announced, we will announce them, or we will just bring them right here on the show and show them to your face. And Wendell's going to go, "Why is he poaching my friends? Oh, all right, y'all. Till next week. Bye, kids.
Raise your horns high.